Man, I wish I had some of these cars in the full scale version. Especially this one right here. Boy, I tell you, if I had money, tell you what I'd do. I'd go downtown and buy a Mercury or two. Yeah, I'd do a hot lap on this thing so fast, it would really make your head spin. Today on Hot Lap. Today on Hot Lap, a 1964 Mercury Marauder. Today on Hot Lap, we are graced with the presence of a beautiful and rare Mercury muscle car. This is a 1964 Mercury Marauder Park Lane. A car you may have never heard of, but you should have. I mean, look at this thing. It's got this beautiful fastback styling. It's got these tail fins. It's got a slab side capped with miles of straight stainless. Check this out. The first Mercury rolled off the assembly line in 1939. That was 25 years before this car was built for you math scholars out there. Henry Ford and his son Edsel had figured out that they needed a car that could compete for the classes in between Ford and Lincoln. After all, GM had several different makes in between Chevy and Cadillac. They should be grabbing a piece of that market share as well. And in 1964, 25 years later, is when the greatest Mercury ever built, in my opinion, was built. And this is it right here. And that's in part thanks to what's under the hood. Check this out. Here we've got a beautiful big block FE 390. And this particular 390 came equipped with 300 horsepower. Okay, that's great, but check this out. It had 427 foot-pounds of torque. That means this thing is a tire-screaming monster on the drag strip that can also pull your house right off of its foundation. Look at how beautiful a job that Ford did on the colors. I mean, this gold, bronze, whatever it is, it's absolutely stunning. Thanks, Mercury. That's great advice. Check out the beautiful aero styling, letting you know that this vehicle is ready to take you in whatever direction you want to go as quick as you want to get there. And you gotta love that it's got my favorite all-time wheel, the Krager SS on here, which is just a beautiful companion for the rest of this car. And I love the fender flag and the fact that it lets you know that this is a Marauder Park Lane. Now the Marauder came in a couple different options in '64. You could get it as a Monterey, you could get it as a Matador, and of course the top of the line was the Park Lane. It had all the horsepower and all the luxury. Take a look inside. Let's take a look. Now right away we're greeted with this door sill here letting us know that Mercury is a division of Ford Motor Company. Yeah. You just gotta love all the appointments here that it has with the button tuft upholstery on the inserts of the seats and on the door panels as well, which is a very nice classy touch. And I love all the chrome stainless trim that is here on the dash. It's beautiful. One of my favorite pieces is this right here. It almost looks like a little challenge coin here. Now, this little guy here is where Mercury got their name from. It's from the Greek god Hermes, or they also called him Mercury, and he was the god of speed and commerce. And he had wings on his sandals and on his hat. So that's Hermes there with the wings on his hat. A little bit of a throwback to the original logo that Mercury had back in '39. Now, take a look in the back seat. You've got ample room, and it's So courteous of Mercury to make these seats fold all the way down to make it easy for your passengers to get in and out. Now check out the beautiful roof line. Ford and Mercury shared this with the Galaxy, which is the other platform this car was available on through Ford. Now this roof is not just built for the elegance that it displays. It was actually purposely engineered to help them win races at NASCAR. And speaking of races, this car has a pretty rich, steeped history in racing. In fact, in 1964, Al Unser won the Pikes Peak hill climb in this very car. I mean, not this one, but the same car. Yeah, he beat all the takers, including his brother, Bobby.
That's awesome.
Who was driving what? A Chevy in second place, of course. Now, as we come around the back, you notice you have these beautiful 6 tail lights. And we've got a tail fin, which I think is pretty rare and really the only car I can think of for 1964 that had a tail fin. If you guys can think of one, here's your challenge. Leave us a comment and let us know that you know of another car that had tail fins in 1964. Speaking of hill climbs, no problem for the old 390 with 427 foot-pounds of torque. Check out this massive trunk. And of course, what's most exciting to me is we've still got the original floor mat in incredible condition. This is not a remake, guys. This is how this car left the factory. And we've even got the original factory spare tire on there. It probably still has the factory air in it still. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that was the case. Of course, we've got our jack here and room to fit all the dead bodies that you want. I love, you know, this thing pulls hard at any speed. We're going 60 right now.
It's that torque.
Yeah.
It even upshifts.
I know, right?
That's awesome.
Kind of like a bowling ball on a water bed. Another great thing about this specific Mercury is the sound that it makes when you shut the trunk and the doors. It's just got that good solid feel and sound to it. And of course, another unique touch that they had back here was an interesting little gas hole for you to put your gas in, and you could of course fill from either pumps. Now, a few other cool things that this car has is that this one has the bucket seats in console. Not all of them. Some of them had a bench seat and column shift, but this one is a cut above the rest, and it's got this interesting console that lifts up. And you can put all your stuff in here, and of course, we've got the Mercury transmission. And if you look here on the steering wheel and the center cap here, it's got an XXV. Could be that it's because this car is extra virgin, but it's actually because this is the car that Mercury chose to represent them on their 25th anniversary. You know, the Garage Fathers is a family show, of course, and so we brought some family along with us today. This is in the back seat. We've got Tom's daughter. What's her name? She's a great kid. I love her to pieces.
Garage daughter.
Garage daughter. Another thing that I find super impressive about this car is the grille. These grills are stainless and they're very thin and they're incredibly fragile. And the fact that this one is still wearing this one without a single blemish for all these years just blows my mind.